Hi everyone, welcome to Amateur Effects Reviews. I'm Theo. Today I'm starting a new series. I'm going to call it Making the Band. So I've come up with an idea for a new musical project that's just going to be stoner rock, big riffs, lots of fuzz, and that's about it. So the first step in my sort of journey to do that is create the tones that I'm going to use. I'm going to start this episode with bass. I've just taken delivery of my Prehistoric Dog by Berserker Electronics. I've done a review of that, that'll be out shortly. It models the Sun Better bass preamp, so the perfect stoner rock bass sound. I've got my more radar there, which has some cabs, impulse responses, some of them from Shiftline. You can go check them out, look them up online. You can get their impulse responses. The model some we've got here are for the Sun bass cabs. So I'm going to give you some of my clean tone. I'm going to start getting my core sound there, and then I'm going to start adding stuff to the sound to try and see where I want to take it. Okay, hope you enjoy it. Okay, that's sounding good, but I feel like maybe I want a bit more out of it. I'm going to grab a booster. Let's try a booster. So with the Ren and Cuff Fat Fuck B going on there, everything gets a bit fatter, a bit dirtier. Loving it. I think it's sounding great. What about something else? Maybe let's try a bit of modulation in there. Maybe after the prehistoric dog, I think. So let's go to my low pass and high pass filter. It should sound a bit more natural. Yeah, compared to the Sun impulse responses, it just sounds a bit flat, which is exactly what it's designed to do. I use that preset for the demos to make sure that you're getting a sort of flatter sound of it. But on a recording, you kind of want to sweeten everything. You want that color. And obviously using my MD200, we're now getting this really slow phaser sound, which I absolutely love with distortion. try the multi-overtone, see how that sounds with this. So this is a preset I had saved for the overtone. Okay, well, the overtone's kind of cool. The preset sounds okay. I think it's just a bit too much, to be honest with you. It's starting to get really messy. Love the phaser, though, so let's head back to that. That's the fuzz phaser sound. Let's save on preset number 2 the phaser sound we just had. So that's the phaser. Let's think, is there anything else I really want in here? I thought about adding like a delay or something, which I'm sure would be really cool. Um, but to be honest, I'm worried it would kind of mess things up a bit, in terms of just making things a bit too muddy when I'm probably going to have two guitars on top of this as well. So I can leave the delays and stuff for that. I think for the moment, as long as I'm keeping a solid sort of foundation on the bass, then that's all good. So that is Making the Band, episode 1, the bass.